If you're like me and you're just really drawn to fall colors and you also love bargains, then I want to talk to you real quick about my most recent trip to the Dollar Tree. I've been in the Dollar Tree a million times before, and to be honest, it has, how do I want to say this? It has, lost a little of its luster for me after becoming the $1.25 store. But that being said, I do still like to check it out. I live pretty rurally and we just don't have tons and tons of stores and tons of places to buy yarn at. So I do like popping in every once in a while. I have seen a lot of people haul different knitting and crochet supplies from Dollar Tree. And to be honest, all I found were these crochet hooks. So they did have several sizes in crochet hooks. They come in packs of 2. So this is a 5.5 and 5 millimeter hook. And I thought I would just pick them up. I have picked them up in the past. These are different colors than the ones I have before. And they do feel, honestly, a little bit more sturdy than the older ones I have gotten from there. But they are the same shape and all of that. These just happen to be sizes I use a lot. And I oftentimes keep my hooks with the whip so I don't have to remember what I was using. So I feel like I need an unlimited supply of these. Kitty. Sorry, my cat is not usually in the yarn room and it sounded like he was being naughty. So I wanted to look at different fall yarn while I was there. And I have in the past thought that my Dollar Tree was kind of cruddy. But when I've posted like different shorts, people have told me it's much nicer than other Dollar Trees. So we do have this section here of yarn and it was a little bit, I would say, lower stocked than normal. And they did have a few of the Premier Just yarn, and I also really like the Just Tweeds. And I'll put in some footage here so you can see just a couple of the colors that they had that I thought were fall related. There's a rust color. I did not pick any of that up just because I have some cinnamon colored big twists that I recently bought, and I just didn't think that I needed any more of that. But I do also like these Just Tweeds, and there's a grayish color and then this kind of like orangey brown color. And I think those are both great options for fall. You could make a really good beanie out of 1 to 2 of those depending on your pattern. I have made baby booties out of them that I thought were very cute, and I just think it's a good yarn. It's nice to work with. The thing about these yarns is that I really don't know how great of a deal they are just based on like your price per foot of it, but they're nice yarns. They're nice to work with, and for someone who maybe doesn't have a lot of yarn options in their town, like I think it's a great option to add these to. And if you love fall yarns, I think it's great. Let me show you a yarn that I absolutely love, and my store did not have it in stock, but they do routinely carry it. You may have seen in the footage, I don't know if it would have showed it or not, they had some Just Chenille in the gray color, but I absolutely love this cocoa color in the Just Chenille. I think it is great as far as fall colors go. It's just like a really rich brown color. You get 65 yards in this, and what I have found for this particular yarn is I don't really like it for beanies, but I'm going to be trying it in a few other applications. A little more of like maybe like an infinity scarf cowl type of situation where it just can lay and be more drapey, and I think I will like this a lot better. The thing I didn't like about doing it for a beanie is it just doesn't really have stretch. Same way with a headband. I have made some headbands out of this and didn't really care for it. It's like you have to get the sizing so perfect that it isn't too big. So I have a couple skeins of this on hand, and I will be using this to work on my dream crochet wardrobe. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will link that video right up here, but it's my video 1 in a kind of a couple step process of creating, I guess, my basic basically my dream wardrobe full of crochet. So this is in my bin that I have for that. But real quick, I did want to show you, and afterwards I kind of got thinking, and I think that Jennifer from Cinnamon Stitches has shown this yarn before. I don't remember watching the video, but I swear I had seen a thumbnail about it. But I picked up some of this twist yarn. I have to say, I was so surprised with how much I like it. So I'll put in some footage here so you can see it and see a little bit about the specs of it. But out of this little skein of like 109 yards, I think it was, I have this much left over. So I might be able to do another baby beanie, but it would be questionable. I'm almost done with this baby beanie. I just have to cinch up the top. And then I also made this headband. So I do still need to cinch up a little area here. But I have to say, this yarn is pretty delightful to work with. It is very stretchy and just springy and squishy. And I really like it. I'm going to try to turn it this way so you can see the little bit of the twist in it. They said it was a 3-weight, and when I looked at it, it seems much more like a 4-weight, but you can tell when you pull it, it does get pretty darn thin there. So I think that's what it is. And I tried very careful when I was making my beanie to not pull on this yarn and not, get it stretched super thin. But overall, I really liked this. I was a little disappointed that there was only like 3 skeins of it, and I got this like ivory color. I am going to a town next week for a dental appointment, and I'm going to check there at that Dollar Tree and see if they have any there, see if they have any left over, see if they have any in stock, because I really liked this yarn. So it was their Crafter's Secret. It wasn't Premier, but overall, yeah, I really like it. It's got great stretch. It is soft. It is squishy. It felt good in my hands to work with. So I need to finish up these projects and get those done. And I will show them to you when they are done. I'll probably put like a community post or something like that so you can see it. But overall, that yarn was absolutely delightful. Now, the actual big news I have about this, and the reason I'm kind of interrupting my own filming schedule, is because while I was digging around, I found they had more of this Just Yarn Plush. And I didn't see any of this last year. I think it was the year before that they had this out. And I bought some. I only bought a little bit of each, and then I absolutely loved it. And, it wasn't like a regularly stocked thing. So I picked up this tan and this brown, and I'll put a little footage in here of the display. And you can see how, like, at my Dollar Tree, you really have to dig around and kind of move things in order to see what you wanted to see, because no one had taken any out of here yet. It was just me. So I feel like it was kind of hard to find. I wanted to share a little bit about this Just Yarn Plush because I love it so much, and I want you to be able to run out and grab it if you want. I used it in a project a couple years ago. Oh, I gotta move this little guy here. He's not normally allowed in this room, but he snuck in, and he's just so adorable, but he is very, very mischievous. He is actually 2 years old, but he is very tiny. That's why his name is Little Dude, because he is a very little dude. He just showed up on our property a couple years ago, and we just had to bring him inside and keep him. Okay. So I will put in a couple pictures here of an older project I did where I made a candy corn inspired triangle scarf or shawl, whatever, out of this yarn. And I didn't pair it with anything. I know I used a larger hook on it, and I actually do have a much older video on this scarf, so I will link it, but please be gentle with me if you watch it because it was from when I very first started YouTube, and so the quality might be somewhat questionable of the video, but I absolutely loved the scarf. It is extremely cozy and it's just fun. I am totally kicking myself because I had a large IKEA bag. If you've been to IKEA, you know you get those for like 99 cents, those big, not a duffel bag, but those big bags made out of like tarp material. And I had several FOs in there and I cannot find it. So I don't have a big house. I don't know what happened to this bag, so I don't know if it got stuffed somewhere. But I cannot find it to show you the scarf, and I was super disappointed in that. But I'll link the video. That one, like I said, I did not pair the yarn with anything. It was just on its own and super cozy. But I want to show you what I am working on right here. And I'm going to be honest, I am going to frog this project and do something totally different. I really like what I have going on here, but the hat is definitely more wintry than I want it to be. Since I am working on more fall projects, I am going to frog this, and I think I'm going to make myself like a looser mesh type of scarf out of this because it is very furry and squishy, and I just think I would like it a little more for a fall project if it was maybe a little bit more airy. But you can see just how nice this plush yarn is. I have it paired with Big Twist Value in the color caramel or caramel, however you pronounce that. And then this is the Just Yarn Plush. There's only one brown one, so you won't get confused if you go to pick it out. But it's the color Cocoa is the premier yarn from Dollar Tree, and then this is caramel or caramel. But they paired absolutely beautiful, I thought. And this is such a great way. If you're a person who likes the look of a faux fur yarn but hates working with it, this is such a great alternative pairing this with a Big Twist Value. Because when I look at it, I am not really seeing two separate yarns here. To me, I just see the plushness of it. I see the little bit of the furriness, and it is so soft. I will say, pairing these yarns together is probably not going to be the best course of action if you are a very beginner. And the reason I say this is because it is, as you're going along, it is kind of hard to see your stitches in here. A lot of it I was doing by feel. So I even got, as an experienced crocheter, I did even get off track and had added some extra stitches. So it can be a little tricky if you are not paying attention. And I was watching a movie and trying to do this. And so yes, if you are a beginner and you attempt this and you get frustrated, please understand that it is a little difficult to see your stitches when pairing these together, and definitely hard to see your stitches if you're using it on its own like I did in the scarf. But overall, I am absolutely in love with how this is turning out. But again, this is turning into a little bit more of a winter type beanie, which I'm not mad at, but I want to make myself a little bit more of a fall project. So I just think I am going to frog this. That being said, the other thing that I think is helpful with pairing this with the Big Twist is that it has quite a bit more stretch in it. So I think it'll fit better as a beanie. I don't think I have to worry as much about it either losing its shape and stretching out. I think it'll work better, but I think I will like it more just paired up like this in more of a mesh stitch. So I bought, I don't know why, but I bought 3 of these Cocos, and I bought 4 of these, what color is this? Squash, in this gold color. And what I can tell you is, let me grab another yarn here. I had recently gotten some of this big twist value. This is the Pound Plus. And there was a great deal on this at Joann, and it's over 1,000 yards, and I paid around $6 for this. It might have been like $6.50 or $6.60 or $6.90, something like that. It was under $7. This is the color. Let me look here. I mean, I know it's mustard, but let me look. I ripped open the plastic because all of the writing was covered up by this writing, and it is in fact the color mustard. So I'll just keep pulling it out here. But I think these two pair absolutely wonderful again. So I am going to do the same type of situation where I pair the Just Yarn Plush with the big twist value to just give it a little more oomph to it and just be able to not blow through so much of this too, because there are only 106 yards in this. But here is an up close of the squash color, and you can see it is pretty fine. I mean, it's kind of similar to an eyelash yarn. I would call it more of an eyelash than I would a faux fur. Here is the cocoa color if you want to see these two together. And there was other colors too. There was the like ivory color, there was a burgundy color, and I can't remember if there was an orange or not, but I'll overlay the footage so we can see if there's an orange or not. But I am super excited about these yarns, and what I do know is that these type of things do go quickly at the Dollar Tree. So if that is something you are interested in, I do recommend you pop on over there sooner rather than later and kind of dig around and see if your store has the Just Yarn Plush, and definitely pick up enough to finish a project. Definitely 3 or 4 skeins at a minimum to be able to do like a hat and scarf or something like that, if that's what you're into. Also, go ahead and check out some of their regular stock yarns to maybe work on a fall beanie, or, you know, just a fall scarf, or maybe some fingerless gloves or something like that, because I do like these yarns. If you are like into fall colors like I am, I would love to know about it, because I'm considering going into a few different stores that we all have, like Walmart for sure, and really looking at what they have there for fall color yarns. And the reason I say Walmart is just because they're everywhere, and you know, not all of us have access to the larger yarn stores. For me, the nearest Michael's is like 2 hours away. So that is just not something I really go to. And I know some people don't have Joann. So it's just something where I thought Walmart might be a great place to really go in and just check out and see like what fall yarn colors there are. Let me know if that is something that would interest you, because I'm probably going to go check it out for myself anyway. And if that's something you are interested in, I would love to share that with you. So I thank you so much for letting me talk yarn with you today, and I look forward to talking with you again soon. Bye.